Brown's big win in Massachusetts, and the president weighed in today in an interview with ABC. Here's part of what he said about healthcare reform. He said, "I would advise that we try to move quickly to coalesce around those elements of the package that people agree on." And about the overall impact of the election, he said, people are angry and they're frustrated, not just because of what happened in the last year or 2 years, but what's happened over the last 8 years. So, what about this? Let's bring in our panel. Steve Hayes, senior writer for the Weekly Standard. Juan Williams, news analyst for National Public Radio. And syndicated columnist Charles Krauthammer. Charles.
Well, you know, the Democrats, starting with the president, want to explain it all away. Well, first he wants to explain it away as anger against the previous administration, which is sort of a record for longevity of this line of blaming it all on George Bush. But even the idea that it's all the result of some kind of anger, incoherent, unthinking, emotional about the bad times is absurd. This is not a free-floating anger out there. It's quite specific. What's remarkable about the campaign that we had in Massachusetts is how specific the Republican was. He said, "I'm going to stop health care." He said, "I'm not going to allow a terrorist to get a lawyer in jail on Miranda rights." He said, "I'm going to cut taxes, not raise them." It was extremely specific and extremely Republican and conservative. This was a center-right country, even in Massachusetts, repudiating a left agenda. This is not rocket science. It's about substance. It's not about anger. Every time the Republicans succeed, it's all about anger and irrationality. When you had the Gingrich revolution 16 years ago, it was called the Year of the Angry White Male. And Peter Jennings declared on the evening news that the country had thrown a tantrum, as if conservatives win, it can only be an expression of irrationality and emotionalism. Of course, if Obama wins in 2008, it's hope and change and peace and light and all the goodness in the American soul. This was an election about substance, and the Democrats lost on substance.